Hi, so my name is Ryan.
And I'm Julia.
And today we'll be talking about WeTranslate. By the way, Sasha cannot be here and she was a big help at the presentation. So what is WeTranslate? WeTranslate is going to be a device and an app. So the device will be connected to the app, which will then help you translate, which is one of the biggest problems in the world. Well, not one of the biggest, but it's a problem that is faced a lot around the world, which is language barrier. Language barrier is seen anytime you travel. Do we have any travelers here that love visiting new places around the world? Have you ever gone to those places and you can't speak the language? Yeah, that's a big problem at the time. Wouldn't you want to be able to communicate like what order you want to add a menu, right? But unfortunately, sometimes you order something and you might get something else, and sometimes language barrier is the problem with this. So with WeTranslate, you would be able to have a device in your ear, and it would pick up the language that is being spoken to you, translate it, and then you speak your language, and it translates to the prominent language you'll be in the area. So, for example, Spanish. If somebody speaks Spanish to you, you then would speak English into your device, and then it would reciprocate whatever you're trying to say in English into Spanish, and then you could effectively communicate to whomever you're speaking to. So how does this all work? So pretty much the device is connected to a Bluetooth to the app. So how it works is you have two earphones, sort of like AirPods, that's the closest example we could give to you, and it has three buttons. Two buttons on the right side and one button on the left side. So the first button, you click, it's on the top part of the right earbud. That is where it picks up all that the person is trying to say to you. So if somebody's saying Spanish, again, and they're speaking Spanish, you hold down the button on the right side, and then once they're finished talking to you, you then let go of the button, and then you change it over to the left side, where it then starts translating all the Spanish into English. And then once you've heard what they've said to you, you click on the right side of the button, there's a second one, and then you speak into it, so then it will start translating your English into Spanish. So after all that's done, it then downloads everything into via Bluetooth into the app, where that app will then communicate it out to the person in Spanish. So that way you don't have to speak it, unless you want to give it a try. So more about the app, its basic functions, that was more of the device that I was just speaking about, but in the app itself, it continues to do more than what it's capable than the device. So for example, you can take pictures of signs, for example, like if you don't know where the bathroom is, even though usually they would have stick figures, or menus, if you don't know how to say like things like chicken and things like that, you can then take a picture, sort of like Google Translate, and then you could like highlight what words you want to see and what it means in your language. So pretty much it's just a picture and then you translate it to your words.
Alright, so behind me I have kind of an example of what exactly would be the headphone kind of component to it. And I have here a pair of headphones that you guys could look at, because I'll see that down there. So that's kind of our general idea of what it actually is. So basically on the left side we're going to have two components. One is for the voice recognition and the other one's to recognize and understand the commands. And on the right side we have the speaker, which because the headphones are also for music, it can also be used as a translator, so it's kind of a two-in-one deal. So and behind me here is what our app would kind of look like. It's just a very simplistic approach to looking at it. It's definitely going to be a lot more detailed. But on the top there, we have the photo recognition. So when you go take a photo, it's going to be using either your front or back camera. And our second feature we have is in the middle of the app, we're going to have like a button where you just click down and it'll record your voice. And this will allow you to be able to translate what you're saying in English or whatever language you're speaking in. And then at the bottom, it's basically your final product. So after it's done, basically after you are finished with the translation of the other voice, not only are you going to hear it within your ear, you can also go on the app and it will have words that will tell you what it is, just in case you didn't understand it when it was playing in your ear. And the goal of the goal of the whole company here is to help reduce the problem of having a language barrier that exists in our world, and it allows us to be more closer with everybody in the world, because as we are a developing world, we happen to have more people growing in our world, and we should all be able to communicate with everybody around our world. And not only is this going to be for just anyone in the world, it also helps for a lot of people within businesses that go on business trips, and also for people who come to Canada and are not very familiar with English, because English is a very hard language to learn. It's very helpful to have something that can kind of help them guide them a little bit better. And we also plan to maybe incorporate this into schools, because a lot of people who go for night school or any sort of like day school, whatever it might be, they kind of like would help better of understanding languages better.
So how is this device and app going to be useful? So not only will it help travelers communicate when they're traveling around the world, that being business or for leisure, this can also really help for immigrants. Like some facts, like 1 in 5 Canadians are actually not even born in Canada, meaning that not only that, they're going to be having children, and it's difficult trying to teach your children and learning around you if you don't even understand the language itself. Which is why we want to bring this opportunity to the world, which will be our own motto, which is bringing the world together year by year.
That's great. Thank you.
So my first note was Google Translate. You addressed that. So just so I understand, so there's a hardware component, which is the earphone.
Yes.
And then there's a software component, which is the app.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any of those two, if you take those as two pieces? I know there's Google Translate. Is there any other software, or sorry, other app or software that you can put, like I don't even know, that's available out there that you're competing against? And is there any other hardware? I know there's headphones, but you're adding different components to that. So just from a competition point of view, it's again, from a, I don't understand, I don't know, is it a crowded space? Is there something that's, that you're coming into that's, you're gonna have some room to maneuver?
So the thing is, when I was pretty much thinking about the idea, and then with the help of my group, that I saw that most of the competitors with either an app, which was like Google Translate and a couple others that weren't that popular, or it was this big block, sort of similar to like the speaker, that many would carry around and they type their thing in. Like I've even seen it witnessed in person. Like some Chinese exchange foreign students, they have this big block they have to carry around. So it's kind of a burden for them. So I would want them to be carrying something around which is more accessible, portable, lightweight, not that much of a, like you need all that typing for, you just speak into it, less work, which is pretty much the future. It's less, we're pretty much doing things so it's easier for us instead of more difficult. So it's just more advancing and evolving towards a better way. Cool.
Really interesting. So in terms of powering the translation, there's a lot that goes behind that, the machine learning, etc. Would you be looking to pair with an incumbent and use their translation services and layer your software and hardware on top of that, or how do you intend to go ahead with that?
Well, yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. I think that we would partner with maybe like a software company, and I think what we would do is maybe take the basis of like a translation software, but like you said, like add our own kind of understanding on top of it, because right now like a lot of like Google translation, like it's good, but it's not the best. Yeah, it's not really good. Like you can like type in like something in French, and if you go speak it, it's definitely not what it's supposed to be. So you would take the kind of like the basis of what it actually is and then make it better, which is why that kind of is our like uniqueness, because Google Translate can only translate so much, whereas we're taking like real life, like actual words that you can actually...
Proper translation that actually has something to do with the context
Exactly.
and the community that it's speaking to.
Exactly.
Great. Tell me a little bit about how it would work if somebody's actually talking to me, because we spend a lot of time talking about the problem, but what if I'm hearing someone speaking to me I won't be able to talk back, so, or did I miss that component? How does that work?
So when somebody's trying to talk to you, you then hold a button on the device where it's picking up all the audio from them. Afterwards, you release your button, and then you speak into the device itself, and then it's uploaded to the app. This is all via Bluetooth. That way, it gets it without Wi-Fi, which is what differentiates us from Google Translate and everything. So then it speaks it out to them. So that way you don't have to butcher the
So it's not in my voice, it's a different voice?
It's a different automated voice. That way you don't have to.
And what's the delay, would you say? I know you haven't got the exact layout done of all of it, but are we talking like, are they talking again and I'm behind, and is there a delay?
No, like once you just ask them to repeat themselves once, and then you just get them to record it, and then it'll just all start going into motion.
So the software's AI, right? Like it's artificial intelligence, because it's gonna learn your voice and the way you say things. That's like dragon speaking.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you use that software, it gets better at understanding Frank's accent versus he speaks really quickly.
I think you're onto something.
I speak really quickly.
Like the more you
know.
use it, I think it'll be like more able to adjust to like how like you pronounce things, and if you have an accent, if you don't have an accent, and so forth.
Yeah, like continuing on that, like we know accents is a really big thing because all over the world. Like I know from where I'm from, Panama, Spanish can be in 2 different dialects. It could be either like their old traditional type way or the new modern way. So that we'd of course start adapting and making sure we don't miss anything.
Good job.